In case you don't remember my name, I'm Miss T. I'm a student teaching with you guys this year. I'm from OU. So I am part-time right now. As you guys know, I'm here 3 times a week for your class. But next semester, I'll be here every single day of the week, and I'll be taking over the class at some point. So you'll be very familiar with me eventually. But today, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to review numbers, and then we're going to do a little bit of an activity. So right now, you guys don't need your Chromebooks, so if everybody would shut their Chromebooks, that would be great. We'll get them back out later on, but right now, we don't need to have them out. Okay. So first, we're going to start off by going over this little phrase that might be helpful for you guys going through the next how many ever years of Spanish you decide to do, but at least for this year, this could be helpful for you guys. So this expression is como se dice blank en español. So this question is just asking how do you say a certain word in Spanish. So you could say como se dice 34 in español, and you guys would say, oh, 34. So that's kind of how you use that. So if you ever have a word that you need to use in a certain sentence, but you don't really know what it would be in Spanish, that's a question that you can ask using Spanish, and then me or Mrs. Clark or somebody else could tell you what the answer to that is. So that'll be helpful for you guys in the future, not necessarily as much now, but I'm just going to use it today to give you guys a little bit extra Spanish during this class. Okay, so, ¿cómo se dice one in Spanish? No. ¿Cómo se dice two?
Dos.
3?
Tres.
4?
Cuatro.
5?
Cinco.
6?
Seis.
7?
Siete.
8?
Ocho.
9?
Nueve.
Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go over the little formulas, the base numbers that we would use for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So, ¿cómo se dice 10 en español?
Yes.
Those going to the Shawnee meeting this period, please report to 228 at this time. Thank you.
Okay, ¿cómo se dice 20 en español?
Veinte.
What about 30?
Treinta.
Okay, what about 40?
Cuarenta.
50?
Cincuenta.
Okay, perfect. So, as you guys know, for all of these numbers, except for part of the tens, you just use 20, and then you add on whatever singular digit that you need. So, we're going to go over kind of the exceptions in the tens. So, we have once. What does once mean?
11.
What about doce?
12.
13?
13.
14?
14.
What about 15?
15.
Okay, do you guys know how to pronounce these, or do you want to go over how to pronounce them again and have you guys repeat after me? Because I know these ones are a little bit tricky because this one looks like the word once in English, but it's not quite pronounced like that. How about we just go over them? Once,
Once.
doce,
Doce.
trece,
Trece.
catorce,
Catorce.
and quince.
Quince.
So those are going to be the only exceptions to kind of the rule where we have kind of the math problems, and then everything after 15 in the tens and beyond is going to be that kind of math problem for you guys. So that should make it pretty easy, especially if you're struggling a little bit to remember the numbers. Still, you just kind of have to add them into that little formula. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of review all of the numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the seating chart. We're going to go down the lines, and all the numbers are going to be randomized. And I'm going to have you guys say whatever number comes up on the board. So is there a certain spot where we want to start, or do we want me to stay? Okay, we'll go back with Brayden, correct? And let me know if I'm saying your names wrong, because I haven't said most of your names, or if you prefer to go by something different, because I'm trying to learn still a little bit. So just please correct me if for whatever reason I'm wrong for all of that. Okay, so Brayden's going to go first, and then we'll go down the page, and we'll go down the line. So, Brayden, here is your first number.
Cuatro.
Perfect, easy, great job. Okay, Caden, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
32.
32, muy bien. Okay, Boston?
Dos.
Those, muy bien. The font is a little bit tricky, so I could see how you would have thought that was a 1. Okay, you're Markayla, correct? Okay, perfect. You ready for yours? Perfect. 27, muy bien. Okay, and your Hannah, correct? Perfect. Okay, so 50. Do you know how to say 9?
Yes.
59, sí. Okay, perfect.
13 y 9.
Okay, so this one's 30. So 13 is 13. So you'll want to remember those bases because those will plug into everything. But pretty close. I understand where you're absolutely coming from. Okay, Carter, you ready?
46.
46. Muy bien. Okay, Peyton?
54.
54. Muy bien. Okay, Hunter?
8.
8. Muy bien. Okay, Gage?
50.
50. Muy bien. Okay, it's Leah, right? Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure I was pronouncing it right.
13
13. Muy bien. Okay, Camden?
25. 4
24. Muy bien. Okay, and is it Kirsten or
Kirsten.
Kirsten? Okay, perfect. Okay.
0
Cero. Muy bien. Okay, Camden?
42
42. Muy bien. Okay, Lucas?
20.
Emily?
56
56. Muy bien. Okay, Griffin?
29.
29. Muy bien. Okay, Madeline?
70
40.
47
47. Muy bien. Okay, is it Kieran?
Trace
Grace? Okay, Xander?
35.
55. That one's kind of hard to pronounce, so I struggle with that sometimes too. You might see that where I accidentally say the wrong thing, so if you guys say the wrong thing, as long as you get there eventually, we'll be good to go. Okay, and Allie?
25
55. Okay, you think we should go around another time around the class?
Yes.
Okay, let's start again with Brayden. Back there.
52.
52. Muy bien. Okay.
37.
37. Muy bien.
10.
10. Muy bien. 48. Muy bien. 17. Muy bien.
15
15. Muy bien.
5.
5. Muy bien.
57.
Muy bien.
36
26. Muy bien.
32.
33. Okay, Gage.
49.
49.
14
14. Muy bien.
51
41. Muy bien.
22
22. Sí.
No.
Easy peasy.
34.
34. Muy bien.
45
Perfect.
58.
Sí. 6. Sí.
19
Perfect.
33.
33. Sí.
36
36. Okay, perfect. So we'll stop there with those because you guys are doing pretty well with those. I think you guys honestly could take a test today and you guys would be acing it. No, you don't want to do that today?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do an activity. We'll do a little bit of an activity instead. Okay, so now you guys can get out your Chromebooks and go to Google Classroom. I posted a Google form on there that we're going to do. So we're going to do a romper el código, which is just like a code breaking activity. Where basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a certain number between 32 and 59, like on this chart. And so the number 32 corresponds with A, and then all of the other numbers also correspond with another letter of the Spanish alphabet, like we talked about during the first 9 weeks. So what I'll do is I'll spell out a word using all of these different numbers, and you guys have to write in the blanks of the Google form what word I've spelled out for you guys. And I'll tell you guys how many letters there are so you guys aren't confused. I'll repeat them for you. If you need me to go back and repeat anything, I can also do that for you guys. So does this kind of make sense how we're going to be doing this activity? Okay, we're going to do the first one together just to make sure that everyone understands and that we're all on the same page. And then there are going to be 5 more after that you guys are going to do kind of for a grade. So we'll do that. Does anybody have questions? No? Okay, perfect. So, yes.
What are the other numbers?
So I just chose the more difficult numbers just since the 1 through 10 are a little bit easier. So I figured that I would give you guys a little bit of a challenge so that you guys would be extra ready for whenever you take a quiz over all of this so that you guys will be really good about hearing them as well.
Got it.
Okay, so you'll put your name, your period, and then there's a picture of the key just in case you can't see this one very well. And then under the question that says, what is the first word, or what is word number 1, something along those lines, we're going to do that first one together. So it's going to be 8 letters, just so you guys know for when you're checking yourself. So the first number is 34. 34. So you'll go on here, you'll find 34. See that it's the letter C, and that's the letter that you would write into that blank. And so this whole first word will go in that first blank. Okay, so the second letter is 54. 54. Okay, and what letter is that? U. Okay, perfect. Okay, so our third letter for this word is 32. 32. Okay, what letter did we get for that one? A. Perfect. You guys got this. You guys know what's going on. Okay, so our fourth letter is 35. 35. Okay, and what's that letter? D. Perfect. Okay, the next one for you guys is 36. 36. Okay, and what letter is that one?
E.
Perfect. So we have 3 more letters left. Okay, so this next letter is 51. 51. Okay, so what letter is that one? R. Perfect. Okay, 2 more letters. This one is 46. 46. Okay, and what's that letter?
N.
N. Perfect. 1 more. 48. 48. Okay, and what's that one? Okay, perfect. What does that spell out? What's a cuaderno? Notebook. Perfect. Okay. So now for the next 5, I'm going to have you do them all individually, so we're not going to go over what each letter is after it. And then at the end, you guys will submit it, and then we'll go over what the words were. Okay, so you guys ready for that? And remember, if you need me to repeat any of the letters, I can absolutely do that for you. Okay, so the very first one of number 2 is 55. 55. Okay, we got that one? Perfect. The next letter is 36. 36. Okay, our third letter is 45. No, 46. Sí, 46. 46. Sorry, that Okay, our fourth letter is 53. 53. Okay, our next letter, 32. 32. Okay, we have two more letters left. This next one is 46. 46. Okay, everyone got that one? Perfect. And the last letter for this word is 32. 32. So that word should be 7 letters long, and it should probably look pretty familiar to you guys. Okay, we ready to move on to number 3? Okay, perfect. Okay, the first letter for this one is 45. 45. Okay, our second letter is 32. 32. Okay, our next letter is 35. 35. Okay, the letter after that is 51. 51. Okay, and then the last letter in that word is 36. 36. Okay, and that word is 5 letters total. Does anybody need me to repeat any of them? Good to move on to number 4? Okay, this one's a little bit longer, so bear with me, and if you guys need me to repeat anything, please let me know, and I will absolutely do that for you. Okay, the first letter, 36. 36. Our second letter is 52. 52. Okay, our third letter is 53. 53. Okay, our fourth letter is 54. 54. Okay, our fifth letter is 35. 35. Okay, our sixth letter is 40. 40. Okay, our next letter is 32. 32. Okay, 3 more letters. You guys are doing great. Thanks for sticking with me. Okay, our next letter is 46. 46. Okay, our next letter is 53. 53. Okay, and then the last letter for this word is 36. 36. Okay, everybody got that word? Does anybody need me to repeat anything from that one? Okay, perfect. This next one is shorter. So number 5 is where we're going down. Okay, and the first letter is 34. 34. Okay, the second letter for that one is 32. 32. Our third letter is 51. 51. Okay, our fourth letter is 51. 51. Yes, it's there 2 times. Okay, and then the last letter for that one is 48. 48. So it should be 5 letters total. Should look pretty familiar. Okay, we ready for number 6? Okay, perfect. So for number 6, our first letter is 49. 49. Okay, our second letter is 54. 54. Okay, our third letter is 49. 49. Okay, our fourth letter is 40. 40. Okay, our next letter is 53. 53. Okay, 2 more letters. Next letter is 51. 51. And our last letter is 36. 36. Okay, out of those 6, does anybody need me to repeat anything before you submit them? First letter of word 2, 55. 55. Okay, yes. The third letter of word 3, 35. 35. Okay, anybody else need anything? Okay, perfect. So then when you're done with that, you have your name and your period on it. Make sure you press submit. And then as soon as you've submitted it, give me a thumbs up above your Chromebook so I can see. And then we're going to go over what our answers were, because they should have been pretty familiar to you guys. Okay, so what was our word for number 2? Ventana. What does that mean in English?
Window.
Window. Perfect. Okay, what was our word for 3? It started with an M. Madre. What does madre mean? Mother. Perfect. Number 4, it started with an E.
Estudiante.
Estudiante. Muy bien. What does that mean?
Student.
Student. Perfect. Number 5, started with a C. Carro. C. What does that mean?
Car.
What's another word for car in Spanish?
Coche.
Coche. Muy bien. Okay. And then what is number 6? It started with a P. Pitre. What does that mean? Do you guys remember the word for teacher's desk?
Escritorio.
Escritorio. Muy bien. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I want to play a little game with you guys, and it requires you to work together as a class. So basically, the goal of the game is you have to get from 0 to 59 without anybody saying the same number at the same time. So I would start the game, and then I would say 0, and then Emily would say 1. But I can't say 0 and 1. I can't say them like in a row. I can't. So the same person can't say 2 numbers in a row. But I can say 1 number, and then Emily can say another one, and then Leah would say the 3rd number. But you guys don't have any indication truly to how you guys are going to respond. So you're not going to raise your hands or like go in rows when you're counting the numbers. You're going to have to try to like look at each other and figure out who's going to say the next word when. Because if 2 people say the same word at the same time, 2 or more people, if they say it at the same time, then you guys have to start all over again at 0. And so the goal is to get to 59. Does that make sense? What?
Because there's gonna be people that are gonna say on purpose just to mess it up.
That could happen. How about we'll start with going to only 30 to see if we can get there, and then if we can do that, then we'll go to 31 to 59, so you don't have to repeat quite as much. How does that sound?
No, but
Okay, so I'll go ahead and start it off, and then we'll see how it goes. But if I hear other talking going on while we're doing it, then I'm going to count it as we have to start all over again at 0. Oh, we need to wipe this?
no. Have to close it.
Oh, yeah, close your Chromebooks too. Okay. So I'll start, and then it's up to you guys to kind of figure out amongst yourselves who's going to go next. So, 0.
Uno.
5.
6,
7,
8,
10.
Once.
Okay, so then that means you have to start all the way again at 0. Okay, so I'll start it again for you guys. It's hard with the masks too, so you guys are doing pretty well. I'm honestly surprised that we got that far. Okay, so let's start over again. 0, 1.
6.
7,
Okay, let's go again. 0, 1.
5.
Okay, 0,
6.
7.
What did you
Okay,
guys say?
okay, 0,
6.
Okay, 0. Okay, let's see. Since we're not getting super far, let's make our first goal 15, and then we won't go from there again. We'll make it a little bit more reasonable. I know you guys can get to 11, so I believe that you can get to 15. Okay, 0. Oh, we already had those. We'll go from those. We'll go from there.
3.
4,
5,
6.
8.
9.
11,
2.
12.
15.
Yay!
Okay, we skipped 13,
Yeah.
but that's okay. We'll count it. Okay.
Someone say
Oh, I didn't hear it. Okay, that was just me being apparently deaf. Okay, so now let's try to go from 16 till
30.
we'll go to 30. Okay, 16 to 30, and we will have Griffin start it.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get it.
My bad. That's okay. Griffin, we'll have you start this round every time we have to start over.
Okay. Yes, he says.
Yes,
Okay, so start back over again at 16.
Yes, he says.
Yes, 8.
31.
Okay. Start all over again. I heard 2 of them.
Yes, he says.
Yes, 8. 21.
22,
28.
24,
25.
27.
Did I hear two people or was that just me?
No, it's
No? Okay.
That's what I just saw.
Okay.
He said it.
Yeah, he's on it.
27.
Yeah, he's on it.
28.
You guys did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we made it all the way to 30, but I think that it's about time that we're gonna wrap up. So don't forget, parent-teacher conferences are on the 26th and the 27th. The school sent out something where your parents can sign up for parent-teacher conferences. So if you click that link, they should be able to do that. Mrs. Clack said that earlier in the day, even if your parents don't have time to actually have a meeting during those times, that if they want to email her and just kind of see how you're doing, she can send out a little report just letting them know. And then next Friday, you guys don't have school, so just don't forget about that.
Good job, guys.
You guys crushed that game. Thank you.
Don't forget too that your report cards are on progress book. You hit report card. I think wasn't it in here? I think Abe checked out. Is it like?
What I do?
But you're not allowed to do anything like the first 9 weeks and the third 9 weeks. We're not allowed to do anything under 50, and you're never allowed to get anything over 100.
But that's stupid.
I know, I agree. I think if you get 110, you deserve
My
110.
friend got 1,000 pounds.
I really think you should, but we're not allowed to. This system won't accept it or something. I don't know.
What'd your friend do?
When I click first,
I owned 1,000 pounds. He uses it.
but does it say? Is it on there?